Bzzz, bzzz, getting fried. Guilty graphing, and the bastard of Brisbane is absolutely blasting. Yep. Good morning, folks. It's 8:13 a.m. on the fourth month, second day, 2025. All right, I'm going to roll this through. This is the last 6 hours of storms, and you can see it was a very active radar stations here, causing the flow boundaries to change. Some of them, even up north of here, were shutting on and off. So they were giving no data sometimes, which means if there's no data to return, either the feed is shut off or they didn't send any energy out and caused a pulse because there was nothing to return. Yeah, you can see these radars here has been quite active, like Taroom over here, guiding these along. You see the perturbations, and that's not good news for like Agnes and a couple of these places. You're gonna have some pretty severe storms over the next few hours, which I'm gonna roll through now, because then I'll go through the New Zealand event. Nelson, if you ain't in your arcs by now, uh, get in them. Yeah, this is going to be a very wicked event coming for you with totals 300 to 400 mil. I'm expecting to see. Yeah, this is not to be taken lightly. This one here's got some rotation in it that's just going south of Maryborough. It's split here because it hit a radar line. That's coming down towards Rainbow Beach and all that. So you got a second batch coming here in about 45 minutes. So watch it. Watch yourselves. This line here is very volatile. It just went through Rocky and all that and out to sea. Yeah, but over here, Gladstone, you're about to get the old smackaroo here. See, this storm here is vicious, and it's about to impact these neighborhoods down here around Glen Eden. And Boyne Island is about to cop it, and that's a severe storm. And I'm expecting it to go highly electrical once it goes out to sea. You see that straight line right there? Right here in this last image, it's going to be pointing right at a radar. It caused the gap. That's like a future right there. You see this? There's a line right here, and it's a radar beam. You can almost triangulate it near perfectly here. Where's my pen? So you can see that Gladstone's radar itself up there, the one that's on the hill overlooking the park. You can see it's beaming right through there, right? You can see it. You see it. So, this is a bust. It's a slam bust. And don't let them tell you that it's a glitch, because if you do that, you'll believe that crap, then you'll believe anything. Because I show very often, and I will show again, how it affected the clouds today. So Rainbow Beach, you're in the sights. And so I'm going to do now is roll through some of what's to be expected. It's raining really heavy in some areas of the northern rivers right now, like over here near Woodford and this and that. Because I was listening to it when I was chatting. Yep, and I was listening to somebody down here. It's also, you see this beam here? That's coming from Brisbane, all the way from up here. You can't drive from here to here anytime fast, but yet these radar beams can cover that distance very, very fast. Very, very fast. So I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll through some of the data I have. I want to go right to New Zealand. Ah, fuck it, I'm here. Let's just continue this one. So I'm going to give this to you in sections. You see that big tendril right there? That's dropping buckets and buckets and buckets. And it ain't over yet, because the next one comes right behind it. Yep, and buckets and buckets and buckets. And that's over the next 24 hours. That's up until 1 a.m. my time tonight, which is about 18 hours from now. So you got some rains coming, and tomorrow's no different. Watch. I'm going to zoom back, because you got to see this, because Queensland, man, is getting absolutely thunderized. I ain't kidding, man. Look at the lightning. It's showing up just on this graph, but I said it would be that way because when you see the sat view, you'll see why. The mixing of the flows. One up high, one down low. They put some chem up there that made things electrical. Be nice to see this come to an end. But it's another batch of moisture coming down from Carpentaria, meeting that moisture that came from out in the Coral Sea, which is with the radars pinning down coast. There's almost nowhere else for this water to go but straight down on this coastal area down here. Once again, no relief for the cattlemen out in those places. It's a terrible situation. We have to get some feed up there to the animals that are stuck. Yeah, this is a big challenge ahead. Oh, you know, Bill Gates investing in fake meat and they're wanting you to have 3D printed food products. Everybody dreamed one day of having some kind of a push a button, the food come out, kind of a replicator things. How's that working out? Are you going to eat the bugs? Bug paste printed bacon. Oh, I'll pass. I'm just running through this so you can look. I feel like I repeat myself every day. And another batch comes in, comes around, goes over into this area here, and then gets decided with. See, as it comes through here, that should have normally come right down. But there's an EMF block over here, a big square. It shows up pretty well right here. That energy down low and that haze down here, you just pick it up here. It's got a big block over the country there. If I go over here to Worldview, you see the scalar square here. And that's what's causing this to go up and over. See this line here? It actually extends right to about here. It's actually a beam that comes down. And you have one coming here. So how I know your flows. I already marked them. So when this comes in, it's going to hit that corridor there. There's a beam here. It's causing a block. And then that then goes up above it. Will go, this here will go that way. Right? This, like that. And that'll go do a crush. And then it gets picked up by this nasty here and trucked down towards the coast. New Zealand, most of your water that's hit the North Islands coming from up here, right? This thing's coming down and it's meeting right here to flow like that. Try to get those. I don't want those things on there. Hang on a minute. Coordinates. Why am I showing my coordinates? I don't want to see coordinates. Oh, well, I'll get to that later. How about the chem here? So I should. I want to roll through what you guys get for the next few days. But again, the Poontang area and the Mitten Peninsula up there. I like the way that sounds better. Put the Mitten Peninsula. Why do I call it that? Because I wanna. I know how to say peninsula. Can you say correctly people get sacked? Grammar Nazis don't last long around me. I got a dyslexia. It makes me mistype words all the time. I mix the letters up in the middle especially. But I can still read it. It's weird. It's one of them things. The wind is going to be a factor. Okay? New Zealand, especially over the next few days, this one. We got to back it up. Back it up. You just seen 3 systems come over, didn't you? Yeah, because you ain't done yet. The geoengineers have got y'all number. Yeah, it's going to be mighty windy along coastline here. Surf is up. Don't be an idiot. Be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Be an idiot. Yeah. Oh, that's a high gale. That's a tropical storm. That's those force winds. But not that's a doldrum. So what's that telling you? So you won't have experienced some wind gusts, or it hasn't quite gotten there yet. Yeah, this is when I'm expecting your heaviest totals to start. Is coming in on Thursday at about 4 or 5 o'clock. You'll probably be seeing it by mid-afternoon, and it's going to be howling then. That's when you'll be seeing the winds in the gusts coming through Nelson and this here. So very concerned about you guys here. Get your stock in the air if you haven't done it already, or don't cry to me, Argentina, when you lose your stock. Yep, it's going to run through the streets. There's no way you're going to handle the amount of water that's about to come. There's no way you're going to be able to handle this without it flooding. So prepare now. You've got very little time left to do that. The big swath of fucking change is definitely through here. Nelson, that's too low what they're showing here. That's way too low. Let's see if we can find one that shows what I'm thinking, or I'm just going to say it. That's about right. Now we're talking. Now we got some honesty coming here. Yeah, about 1/3 of a meter is what I was thinking along these areas through here. If even 400 mils not going to surprise me. So are you ready for it? You ready for the half a meter I called the other day? Could be higher than that. Because they have a habit of underestimating here. And what it looks like down here on the 10s is horrendous. You know, because you got 3 batches of stuff coming through. So you still got other totals to be adding on to this. And it's not my pleasure to tell you guys just how fucked you are. In Nelson, New Zealand, and Takaka, and Collingwood. And don't be planning on getting through Arthur's Pass during this event or for a few days afterwards. Yeah, you be prepared well. Some fair totals is still to be experienced along this area here. I'm expecting about 7 or 8 more centimeters to fall through there. That says far. I don't believe that. Um, and it seems about right. There's a couple tendrils in here are packing about 150 mils still to come. And it's going to come through a line about like this, and then a line like this through coughs. So grafting's going to do is split. Until that EMF move happens, I'm not going to know. Let's see if any of these are showing what I'm thinking. That's how I got to go. What am I thinking? I'm thinking they're lying to us. They're showing a hot spot here. Showing a hot spot. That means, yeah, anywhere along this coast could be experiencing these totals because, well, when the people that pay to give you the weather are paid to lie about man-made weather, what do you expect? What do you expect? So let's run through this for you guys over in New Zealand. I'm going to keep this as short as possible. I'll make sure I get Tassie on here. Here we go. Let that run. Geoengineering, you're screwed. Why, wind's gonna be roaring across the beak of the Kiwi, that's for sure. Boy, is your quake risk high around Wellington. Right about then. Ooh. That'll be Friday. Looking at about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Getting absolutely hammered. Absolutely smashed. Absolutely wetted down. The geoengineering agenda land grabbers are coming to town. Coming to town. Oh, they sprayed you for days. What do you expect? You expect putting all that chem in the air for nothing? Yeah, you get another batch will be coming through. Tassie, looks like a winter time's about to come to you, and I'm also hearing some reports of some frozen stuff falling down along the islands over here. So I'm gonna have a little peek at something here, an oddness that at this time of year we have to start thinking about. Yeah, is there any new snow is gonna start? Because snow on the ground produces a cold that stays. Would you agree? Yeah, so that becomes a thermal that you could use. Yeah, a little bit coming to Tassie. I was expecting a little bit more than that up at some of these. So get ready for your winter time, folks, up there. 5 centimeters. Oh, that now you're getting a couple inches. It'll look pretty. You know, snow makes everything look so clean, don't it? Yeah, it looks like it's coming fair soon. So, we'll be watching for some snow. Yeah, it's no blizzard. You'll be all right. Yeah, you guys, it looks like some more snow coming towards the end of the 10s there. Jingle bells, Batman smells robin laid an egg, or the geoengineer said, because outside sometimes smells like rotten eggs. Like rotten eggs. The satellite was showing quite an interesting imagery today. If I can go back up just a little bit, I could still catch it while there was sunlight on this storm. You could see some of the dynamics of this geoengineered mess out there in the Tasman Sea. Are we going to change the name of that now to the Sea of America? I don't know. Maybe Donald wants that too. Does that look normal to you? Something that looks like the big bad wolf about to huff and puff and blow your house down? All these straight lines here, this big beam edge right here. See where the middle finger is giving the middle finger to that? Yeah, I got my pen in my hand if I want to put Mr. Squiggles up, but I think that one's kind of obvious. And you guys just got totally smashed over. But to look inside some of these cells, you'll see the chem bomb formations like this over here. Right? Mr. Squiggles could make a design on that one. Squiggling it up. Okay, Mr. Squiggles, do your thing. Yeah, I'm looking at here where something came along and boom, that one's a little bigger, that's a little bigger, that's a little bigger, that's a little bigger. Something came along in a line that direction and deployed. I looked like a dick for a minute. Would you agree? You smashed right here. Well, whether you agree or not. But then again, some people, you were showing shit on your shoes and they would ask you to prove about licking it. Or maybe they want to lick the spoon. Look at all the chemtrails out here. That's nasties, man. Nasties, nasties. You should see the storm they built up in Ash. It's another one of those ones like they did over the Apoon area the other day. Chemtrails, chemtrails, chemtrails over the top of your ass. Yeah, they did it again. Watch them blow these storms up. And this one's coming their way. Watch this. Let's see if I can get a good shot of this one. Yeah, see how square that is over there in Durango? And wah wah, wah wah, wah wah, wah 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 wah. It's not behaving. It takes a lot of bandwidth to run some of these. Right there, you see them booming. Right there. There's the classic. Right here. Look at this. Now again, this is a chem bomb induced storm. It's not a round supercell, even though on the ground it might look that way. Where's the initiator? Yeah, the one that started it all. Right there. It all started from this one. Boom. Look at down low. You see that square that got put in? Yeah, this is very technical, isn't it? The geoengineering it took to make these supercells. Now it's going over the mountains, so they'll use the dynamics of that and the pressure drop that'll occur when the winds are released from the passes between the hills. Causes a pressure drop, which helps condensate cloud nuclei. This one's also booming. See this up in here? Geoengineering. Look at over here how square this is. Right? Look at this. I'm going to just do Mr. Squiggles a bit. And just to point out some of the obvious geoengineering, I just dropped my mouse. Well, the first thing you notice is square edges. Right up here. Orange man, Penn's chemtrails. Get the fuck out of here. Don't make me do a show about all the chemtrails I saw in the United States today. I think somebody April fooled you with a bunch of hopium. See these beams? This is a beam. A beam does that. So its beam's got it held now. So as the radar just has to pan or move itself. Excuse me a minute. All it just did. I have no idea what that was. But maybe this will undo it. Ah, shit. Hey, that's okay. We can redo this. That's a beam, man. I can see it. So that's a glitch showing in the cloud. So we have here, damn it. Challenge with space. So I'll have the microscope out a little later. See the shape here? It's like a stop sign. And we need to stop geoengineering. I'll zoom way in on this one and get the same thing. The obvious geometry of engineering itself. Architecture. Fractals. Using fractals to make round things, like a string art. This is a geoengineering storm. It absolutely is. It's wiping out a cattle industry, or attempting to. And these people might not be able to pay their loans. Might lose their land. People might get sick breathing this mess of crap here. They're horsing them around Horsham. I'm getting too upset. I feel a swearing festival coming on because fucking I can't control this sometimes. When I see my world being poisoned as bad as it is, and I zoom way back, and this is the less family picture of all of us, and I don't see one spot in my world that's clear. And this here round thing here is a geoengineered mess looking like a Pac-Man, chem-bombed in the middle of the ocean. That ain't just puffy clouds. The formations of the clouds clearly indicate a source of catalyst being deployed. And as I go over to the United States, where all the rumors say that, oh, they stopped chemtrails. No, they have not. You ever heard of states' rights? They can introduce bills that's not a law. But meanwhile, a man that has the power to control the airspace in the United States has not arrested no pilots. He has not. And these fucking people lying on your podcast saying so are mocking you, and they're mocking my research, and I will not be mocked while they're destroying my planet, while they're destroying all life in my world. This is our world. There is not one clear spot. on this map free of chemtrails. Not one. Not one. Nowhere. None. Not a fucking spot of my world that has not been toxified by the policy of a corporate rich that are running amok, that seem to forget that without your work they make no money, without your purchases they make no money. Well, everybody wants to blame China for everything. Well, look what they do to their people. They're getting poisoned too. Well, I do believe there's a cabal. I do believe it's bent on destroying things on ritualistic days, and even the capitals of our United States itself looks like a pentagram, a Moloch, and pyramids. Well, last time I checked, Jesus didn't go that way. Allah didn't go that way. Buddha didn't go that way. And Mother Earth has all the religions on it. Why? Because it is just oneness. And it's my oneness to see the end of the Paris Agreement. It's my oneness to see clear, deep blue skies again. And all at once we all must say, no more, no more. Will we be the system's whore? Big love, stay safe, peace. Get in your arcs, New Zealand. Stay safe.